Hello everybody and welcome. Another Hitbox video here for you guys. And we're doing a asset management video here. Kind of an underrated but very important topic, especially working on larger games when you have a ton of different sounds. So we want to take a look at the spreadsheet that we've been using on our Unreal implementation here. We're using Fmod for this event, but you can use this for any of your middleware, really any of your engine stuff as well. You just need to be diligent about keeping it updated, making sure that you've got enough categories for every single piece of information that you need. Something like this is essential, especially if you're working in a team, remote teams, even more so, because everybody needs to be on the same page. We need to know who's doing what. We need to know where the status of everything is. So I cannot overstate how important something like this is. It can be kind of tough to set up if you're not familiar with Sheets. But once you have something like this, it is so nice to look after and see exactly where everything is. So let's take a little dive through and just kind of go through some of our sections here. So we're starting off with all of our events. Again, we're using Fmod for this, but you can do this with whatever. It's important to try, although it's tough to do, it's important to try and get as many of your events that you're going to use for your game early so that you can plan out what we need to do. I know that during the process, things change. We're not doing this anymore. This character got cut, etc., etc. But going in early and trying to set yourself up organizationally based on character, based on environment, based on, this, that, and the other is going to help you not get tangled up the further that you go. So we've got all our events here on the left. Next up is our game status here. So this kind of tells whomever is taking a look, where are we in terms of the event itself, not the audio, just the event. So we can take a look here. And we've got a couple different categories: not implemented, in progress, here, revision needed. And so again, all I need to do as the designer, I do my Fmod event, and then I can just go through, click where we are, and then whomever is taking a look at it after that gets all the information they need. It's great. You can set these up here using your data validation. You can see got our list of different items. You can set that up with conditional formatting to get all these nice colors. So nice. Next, we have a little animation marker here for our anims, just to know if these events are tied to certain animations or if they're sort of like 2D or UI type of sounds. Next up is just a level to let us know precisely where in the game that this event is going to be called. Source can be helpful, especially when somebody who is setting the event is not the person who's necessarily implementing the event, or vice versa. What this allows to do is gives, if I'm just coming to this spreadsheet without a ton of information, I can look and get whoever is setting the task, I can see where it is, what the source is supposed to be, what the trigger is supposed to be, and that gives me a lot more of a head start as far as developing my event. We've got integration notes here, which is, again, a little bit of flavor text, a little bit of context for how we want to do our implementation and specific behaviors for the event. Then on the right side here, we've got our asset names. So each one of these assets applies to the event over here. So we can tell, okay, this cave ambience is using the ambience 1 cave loop, and then also these drip dry, you see 01 through 06. So we can do multiple assets tied to singular events. Again, if you're looking for something, when you lose a sound, and especially in a big game, being able to find it quickly is going to save you minutes, hours, days, weeks, depending on the size. So having a system like this where you can easily look up, find stuff, and keeping it updated for yourself and the other people on your team is super, super, super important. So here's where we list all our assets. Next is just our categories. Again, this is going to be helpful, especially when you're doing naming conventions. On our naming convention, we like to try and put as many categories as we can in the name itself, which helps when searching via file name as well. So this is, again, more helpful, more just like double checking, hey, did we do this? Hey, did we do this? We got our play types here. Is it a loop? Is it a one shot? We've got a little designer list for different people, so we can know who's supposed to be doing what. This is also useful for if one person is assigning tasks for the others, you can put somebody's down here. If, something is marked all here and I'm just, home on a Tuesday and I want to knock out this death VX, I can just mark myself here, and then everybody else who shows up on Wednesday knows that I've already taken care of it. More asset notes, again, just for, we had some notes over here, integration notes is sort of specific to the event itself. These notes here are specific to the asset. So if somebody wants them made in a certain way, or they have a kind of a unique thing about them, we can put that right here. Similar to the event here, we've got our asset status. We've got a little bit more here. If this is blocked in some way based on maybe, waiting for approval or whatever, this can be used, not started, in progress, more awaiting approval, revision needed, revised, approved, et cetera, et cetera. I can't tell you how satisfying it is to have a big wall of green. It's again, organizationally it's great, but also I think team morale, it's great because it keeps everybody on the same page, and it really gives you an idea of progress of what we need to do and what we've already accomplished so far. And then finally, we've got not just making the event status, which is over here, not just making the asset status over here, but finally getting the asset and the implementation done right over here. And then finally, just a couple more note pages. As you can see, not much here, but if you ever needed it, it's right there for you. So yeah, this for us saves us a ton of time, and it is a great way to know what you need to do when you start off a day working. Again, conditional formatting and using data validation to kind of help yourself make certain tools, I think are really going to save you some time. So thanks for checking this out. If you have any questions, let us know. We have more videos coming on the way, and we will talk to you guys next time.